All right, so let's go ahead and get into music here. And I've got some music files that I imported in my music folder, and these are part of the exercise files as well. I've got these from incompetech.com, which lets you use the music for free, the royalty-free music, as long as you credit him at the end. And if you're not going to be using it as commercially, like making money off of it as well. Incompetech.com is a place that gives you free music for that lets you use free music as long as you credit him. There are other websites you can get. You can get free music at just through YouTube Studio. There are a whole bunch of music selections that you can do. There's some free music sites out there that will let you use music. Once again, a lot of them will have the stipulation that you're not supposed to be making money off of that. So if you're using their royalty-free stuff. So here I've made some selections. I've made these clips. So the not music that was composed for this, but we're going to make it sound like it was composed for this. The two songs that I kind of like for this, for the beginning, kind of the setup where they're sitting in the classroom, is this one called Static Motion, and then the other one, when he starts strutting, is going to be the Exhilarate, kind of this upbeat music that starts jamming when he starts walking. So let's start working at the very beginning here. I'm going to go to the very beginning, and I'm going to have the music fade in with the Static Motion song. I'm going to go to the beginning of the song here and play. And so we got a little bit of a fade in here. So I'm going to press play there. And that's the music I'm going to start off with. I'm just going to grab this music, drag it down. We're going to drop it on this track below here. And I'm going to start playing through this, make this track a little bigger so we can start mixing our music here. And this is a stereo file as well, not a mono. So it's got the left and right channel, as we mentioned before. So now I'm going to press play. And this has a natural fade in. I'm just going to use it because part of this is the beginning of the music. Let's see how that works. And I want that to start a little bit earlier. There's a little bit of a pause at the beginning, so I'm going to just take out that pause right there and pull this all the way to the beginning so the music starts right away. And I like this music. And one thing that you want to be aware of when you're mixing audio is your audio meter up here. This bus one right there is your left and right out, essentially. And this is going to show what your audio level are at. And the way the audio meter works is it starts at the very top at 0 and then goes negative decibels, but below 0. As the audio levels are pumping up, they're going to be, any audio that's down here is going to be audio that's completely quiet. And as it gets increases in decibels, it'll get higher and higher. And as you get, this is basically warning you. It says you're basically this many decibels, this many decibels, this many decibels away from peaking. Peaking is 0. If things hit 0, you never want to hit 0. That's why it gets red and it clips and distorts because it's too loud. So it's basically, you can think of it as like when you're increasing the exposure or doing color correction and you boost it up so much that it just destroys the clip. It just pushes it all to white and it just destroys it completely. And that's kind of a similar thing. You can push this up so high, it'll just start crushing the audio. So I'm going to solo this and look at the levels up here and see where our audio levels are going to be as we play this. That's hitting anywhere between negative 10 decibels and negative 5 decibels. So normalized audio for a stereo environment is around negative 12. That mostly refers to dialogue, but music that's hitting around negative 12 is going to be loud, but music above that's going to be pretty loud. If you get up to where around negative 5 or so, that's pretty loud. And then as you get up to 0, that's super, super loud. So normally you don't want it, like heavy, loud rock music, if you're playing it, would probably be pumping up around like negative 6. But I wouldn't go much higher than that. The higher zones are reserved for like really loud things, like maybe an up-close explosion or gunshot or something like that. So let's see, the music gets kind of, I'm going to start off a little bit more subtle. So I'm going to grab this and turn it down. I'm going to turn it down by maybe, turn it down by maybe like 3 or 4 decibels there. And now let's listen to that. And I may even go down a little bit lower because I want to still hear some of this ambient noise in here. So I'm going to turn that down even a little bit lower. And that's just playing the music right there. So, but right now I've got it soloed. So I'm going to turn the solo off. I'm going to hear what it sounds like juxtaposed against this other audio that we have in here. So let's go ahead and play this. I'm going to turn this up and down as it's playing. And I'm just going to kind of have a subtle music right now so you can hear the ambient noise in the background there. Now, when it cuts to the outside, I want this music playing at the beginning. When I show the students, when it cuts to the outside, I want to just hear the ambient noise. So what we're going to do is do kind of a quick fade out. I'm going to move it over right about here on the edit, and I'm going to hit. I've got this clip selected, Command B. We'll cut that, and I'm going to grab this. I'm going to keep this for later use here. But I'm going to grab this and fade it out as it cuts to the outside. I'm going to let it overlap the outside just a little bit. So we're going to actually drag that over and fade it out as it cuts to the outside. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, I like that. I like that it cuts outside. And then I'm going to start bringing it back up before it cuts out of this. We're going to move over to this, and we're going to fade that in as it starts going back to this next clip. Same thing as he's walking through the door. We're going to cut that off and have it kind of just be his noise. Like the music is for the students in the classroom, not for this guy marching up here. So we're going to fade that out at the end there. Let's see how that sounds. This goes back to the ambient noise, which is nice. I like that. So I'm kind of fading in and out as it's going back and forth. And then I'm going to fade it back in as he's walking down the hallway here, maybe right about there. And let's fade that back in. Nice gradual fade in. And we can carry on. So this probably needs to be just a little quieter. I'm going to bring that down even a little bit more here. Maybe down to about 9 decibels, 9 to 10 decibels. Yeah, the music's a little subtle there. Now I can hear the sound effects pretty well. Then it cuts back here. I'm going to fade it out as he walks into the classroom right here. So staying on the music. And then right here, we're going to fade it out. So I'm going to, and here it seems kind of like a little natural dip in the audio where it gets a little quieter right here. I'm going to make that the point where it fades out right there. I'm going to go right about there, cut it, Command B, select that, delete it, and just do a slight fade here at the end. And let's play out. Walks in, everybody's going quiet. Walks up, and we're going to start the music right where he starts to march right here. Right where he starts to strut right there, we're going to start the heavy music right there. So I'm going to go over to Exhilarate. We're going to start this one. I'm going to grab it and drag it down. We can just put it right on the same time, on the same track here, because this track was empty and doesn't have any audio on it. So we've got the music on track right there. This looks like it's going to be very, very loud music. It's got very heavy waveforms. So immediately before I even play this, I'm just going to take this down a bit because I know that's going to be very loud. So let's play into this. I'm going to solo this and see how loud. Let's see how loud the music is. Just a warning that if you have headphones on, I don't want to blast your headphones. So just be aware. I'm going to play into this and it's going to be loud. So let's solo this and watch how loud this music gets right here. That's clipping into the red right there. So that is unacceptable in this. Music is oftentimes, especially loud music, is mixed at a higher decibel level than it is when editing movies. When editing videos or movies here, especially in a stereo environment. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Actually, we can just turn this down here while I'm playing. So I'm going to play. And as I played that around until I got that hitting just below -5, between -10 and -5. So, and that might even be a little too loud. We're going to listen to this, but I want to do it right when he starts the strut here. So look further ahead, right where his foot goes a step right there. I want to start that right where his foot moves out. I got my snap on, turn my snap off, hit the letter N, move that over and right there. Let's see how that timing looks. That's perfect. It's like right when he puts his foot down. So now I can turn the solo off and let's listen to it with the sound effects. And while I'm playing this, I'm going to turn it up and down and see where I like it compared to the sound effects here. So let's play through it. And now I'm going to turn it up. Maybe right about there. That sounded good to me. Now what we want to do is this song is way too long for this little marching sequence. We've got the end of it over here. And by the way, once again, I'm hitting Command plus, Command minus, or Control plus, Control minus on a PC, and then Shift Z to show you the entire timeline. So Command plus and minus to zoom in and zoom out, and Shift Z will show the entire timeline. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut a portion of this song off here, just the ending here. I'm going to go toward the ending. and cut this little chunk off right here. I'm going to hit Command B and cut it. I'm going to trim this back here. I'm going to grab this one, and we're going to overlap this and try to make it sound like it's all one song, that there's no cuts in it. So now I've got the beginning of the song and the ending of the song. I want to now get the ending of this timed up properly here. And I want this little last part to play right when his finger lifts up in the air. So I'm going to time this up a little bit here. I'm going to get right where he lifts it, right where he lifts his hand, and get that little end part right there. Let's see how that looks. So when the song ends, perfect. I like that. That worked out well. I'm going to trim this so we can keep using this track if I want to. But now what we got to do is we've got the beginning of the song and the end of the song, and these are going to kind of sound weird in between. So let's do this. I'm going to trim this. I'm going to trim this over to get to the end of that clip. Oh, I got to turn my snap on. The letter N right there. That's turned off. So I hit N, it turns it on. Go over, and it snaps to that edge right there. See, and I'm going to hold Option and arrow this up. It would be Alt and arrow up on a PC. But listen, you're going to be able to hear that edit in there. I've cut out the whole middle section of the song. Let's listen to this, and we'll show you how to blend that together. Actually, that wasn't too bad, but I could hear a little edit right there. So what I usually do in this instance is I will make all these other tracks kind of small, and we're going to make these ones pretty large so we can see the beat of the song here. So I'm going to make this one bigger and make this one bigger. And what we have to do is zoom up to this and find a spot to kind of match the beat here. And I'm going to drag this over, and you can see a beat here and a beat here. So that beat is not matched up. So what we can do here is grab this and just slide it over a couple frames until that is right underneath there, and that beat matches up with that beat. If we drag this out, that should, and look at this, it's matching. That's a little bit off. Let's drag it this way a teeny bit. Let's turn the snap off and drag it this way, just a little titch like that. And now the beats match up, so we can blend these together now. So I can kind of shrink this. Let's do this. I'm going to Option, arrow up, and we are going to add a crossfade to this. We're going to go to Audio Transitions. We're going to grab a 0 decibel crossfade, and we're going to drop it right on the edge there. And I'll add it both to my left and right channel because it's basically one track. And now that will fade one out while fading the other one in. That's called a crossfade there. You can shrink this. You can make it longer or shorter. Make these longer or shorter like this. And let's try that out and see if that sounds, see how seamless that sounds. And that beat blended in really nicely. It sounds like the song was written. Let's watch this little sequence here now. There we go. And we're going to put another little chunk of music here at the end as he hits the key. And the other one that I kind of like for the ending here is this Ready, Aim, Fire song that kind of like, as he lowers it down to the key, I'm going to use this right here. So with this Ready, Aim, Fire here, I put it onto my timeline here. I'm going to take a look at this. Let's move it over. I'm going to listen to this solo. I'm going to use the beginning and ending of this. When he's lowering his finger, let's put this on solo. I'm going to play that music right there as he's lowering his finger, and then at the end, it will cut to this portion at the end. Let's go to the end here and listen to this where the drums kind of kick in. That little ending right there. So I'm going to take that chunk right there at the end. So let's do that. I'm going to grab, first of all, I'm going to cut it while I'm right here. Let's do arrow over a little bit, and we're going to do Command B. Oops. And we're going to do Command B. I've got a selected Command B to cut it. Shift Z to look at my entire timeline. Let's trim this down here and just grab that beginning, grab this one and bring it over, and we're going to mix those together for the ending here. So it's going to start this music when he lowers his finger. So let's get it right there. So right where he starts lowering his finger, we're going to get that music to start. And let's de-solo that. And we're going to have a little pause. And then we'll have the drums kick in right there. So maybe a little bit over, so it starts right at the end of this one. Let's try that. Right there, I'm going to cut this off before it hits the drums. We're going to hit Shift, we're going to hit Command B, cut it, select that, delete it. Zoom out. We're going to grab this, drag it over, and we're going to have those little drums kick in at the end. Let's see where we want to do that. And we're going to do a crossfade to kind of blend these together. Right there, right where his finger touches. I want the drum to start right where his finger touches, right there. So we can back time this now. And we can blend it into this. And we're going to grab our crossfade, drag it. This we don't have to match with the beat because at the beginning of the clip, it doesn't have a beat. But there's our crossfade. Let's shrink this side a little bit, shrink this side a little bit, and see how that blends together. There we go. I like that. Cool. So I'm going to get to the end of this here, and we're going to cut that off. Command B, cut that, select it, delete it, and just do a little teeny crossfade at the end. Just make sure it's a smooth fade out there. There we go. Now we got to mix this because this audio is a little too loud. Let's see how loud that gets. Watch the levels here. That's getting into the red. That's no good. It's hitting 0. So we're going to turn these down a little bit right there. Let's see how that sounds. Now I want to turn up. I had a little click waveform here. You can't really quite hear that because the drums are too loud. So I'm going to turn that up just a little bit more. Get a little bit more level. Let's solo that. Make sure I am not peaking that with the audio click right there. That is going a little too high, so we're going to turn that down. Right there. I like that around -5, kind of nice and prominent and loud. So now we should be able to hear that over the music. There we go. And we can hear that click under the music there. So cool. Well, that's how to add music to a track there. So that's it for this tutorial, kind of getting into sound mixing here. On the next set of tutorials here, we will be getting into the color page in Davinci Resolve. And after that, we'll get into the deliver key when it comes to exporting your project. Well, that's it for this episode. I will go ahead and play this short film so you can see the full sound mix here at the end. If you want to watch that, it will start right after I'm done talking right now.